Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTheTrader.com.
Brian Talbot behind us here, facing you, the Arsenal supporters in very good voice. I believe that was the end for Ipswich last year, which you'll remember well.
So I do very much, and I just hope it's a lucky omen again. So I remember last year it was a sheer blue and white, and this year it's red, yellow and blue up there. So I'm hoping that's going to be the right end for our supporters to be, to make it a winning day.
Here's Pat Rice, 4th time in the cup final, getting used to it now.
I think it's a bit of a record now, 4 times in the 70s. Norris McMurray will be after me now, won't he?
Do you find the atmosphere still gets to you then?
Oh yeah, tremendous. I only hope that we can sort of pull it off this afternoon. I know we can, especially for those people up there, because we let them down terribly last year.
And of course it's different for you this time as captain.
Well, I was captain last year and I know how I felt. I just wished then that the ground had opened up and swallowed me. But I'm glad to say that we're back, and we hope that we're going to make amends.
And what about this atmosphere?
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? I don't know, it seems to be a lot better than last year. I think we were two hot favourites last year, and I think it maybe a bit of complacency in the fans as well as the team. But this year, I don't know, it seems a lot better. The fans are out in force, so it's going to be great.
Redemption was Arsenal's motivation for the 1979 FA Cup final. Their manager Terry Neal needed to win a trophy. But so did Dave Sexton, coming to the end of his 2nd season at Manchester United. 2 teams packed with internationals had underperformed in the league. But if they played to their potential, Wembley would be in for something memorable.
Well, there's no prouder moment for any manager, Brian, than the moment that Terry Neal and Dave Sexton are enjoying at this moment.
It's an incredible feeling. Sometimes it's after years of hard work, obviously, but it's certainly after a season's hard work. It's an achievement just to be here. Obviously, you want to win very, very badly, but getting here is a milestone in any manager's career.
The atmosphere is quite remarkable again. Teams will be presented to His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, and it looks very much as though His Royal Highness, with that beautiful grin, is enjoying it as much as anybody. Getting a great reception from the Wembley crowd as well. And the Arsenal team, Pat Jennings in goal, Pat Rice, Sammy Nelson, Brian Talbot, David O'Leary, Willie Young, fit again, Liam Brady, Alan Sunderland, Frank Stapleton, David Price, Graham Ricks, and the substitute is Steve Walford. Just to run through quickly now the Manchester United side with Gary Bailey in goal, Jimmy Nicholl, Arthur Albiston, Sammy McElroy, Gordon McQueen, Martin Buchan, Steve Coppell, Jimmy Greenoff, Joe Jordan, Lou Macari, Mickey Thomas with their substitute and international Brian Greenoff.
It was the last FA Cup final of the 1970s, and the finale would be unforgettable.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTheTrader.com.
Spring into summer savings with Tappy. We've got 10% off vinyl and luxury vinyl. Many offers on laminates and up to 50% off hundreds of carpets. So kickstart your floor transformation today and book a free home visit or find your nearest store at tappy.co.uk. Tappy. See flooring differently.
Now that I know you do it so well.
Just 1 scoop of AG1 once a day contains the nutrients you need to support your mental performance, energy, heart health and immune system. Go to drinkag1.com.
The future of money is easily managing your kids' pocket money. All eyes on Revolut. Download the app today and see why over 8 million others in the UK have too.
Getting away this summer?
At Tesco Mobile, you can join the 1.4 million customers who roamed with no fees in the EU last year. Plus, save £36 on our 100 gig SIM for just £16 a month with Club Card prices. And what's more, we'll also give you an extra £30 worth of Club Card points. Now you can catch Rays while you catch up on the group chat. It pays to be connected. Search Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
What they don't tell you about getting older is how much fun it can be. Enjoying all the things you've worked so hard for. Spending time with the people that really matter. Not to mention, finally finding that precious time for yourself. I don't want anything taking my best years away from me, but like so many people, I've seen the heartbreak that dementia can cause. That's why I'm asking everyone to order this essential free guide from Alzheimer's Research UK. It's called Your Brain Matters. We all know what's good for our heart and our lungs, but do you know how to keep your brain healthy too? Well, this guide tells you how, in 7 steps you can start taking right now, whatever your age. Just ring the number on screen to get your free copy. Inside, you'll find facts and tips that can keep your brain healthy and help reduce your risk of developing dementia. It's advice you can really trust from leading dementia scientists. Read it, keep it, and check back whenever you need to. Order your free copy now. Call Alzheimer's Research UK on 0800 035 5983 or text BRAIN1 to 78866. Think of it as another way of planning for your best years, because your brain really matters.
Oh, new car, John. New watch, Gareth.
How's he afforded that?
Insta wins.
Insta wins.
The secret's out. Win incredible prizes with Insta wins from elite competitions. Download the app or visit the website to play.
In People's Postcode Lottery's June draws, there's a share of £17.2 million to be won. Sign up before midnight on the 31st of May.
Wembley Way becomes Mancunian Way. What a goal that is! Have some of that! What a hit! De Bruyne across. It's Bernardo Silva!
Join Pugac, Wright, Keane and Lescott for the ultimate FA Cup final rematch. Here we go again. Man City versus Man United. Today at 1:45 on ITV1 and ITVX.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTheTrader.com.
It'll be Arsenal then who will attack the goal to our left in the yellow shirts and the blue shorts. And it'll be Manchester United in the red shirts and the white shorts. A place in European football next season is at stake in the Cup Winners' Cup. The prize is a big one. The game is full of promise. And in a moment, Monchelis will blow that first blast of his whistle. And away we go. Arsenal then kicking off, attacking that goal to our left. O'Leary, one of the calmest men in the game, only 21 years old. Oh, he slipped badly there, though. A lot of rain yesterday, but it's bright and it's beautiful today. Willie Young thumping that ball away. Here's Albiston with the header. Talbot. Stapleton. Well, there's a nasty old collision on the far side there. And that's left a player from either side in a bit of trouble. Frank Stapleton is one. I'm not sure who the Manchester United player is. It's Jimmy Greenoff. Oh, Brian, that's going to be desperate news if somebody is out of the game there.
Yeah, I think they're both all right, obviously.
Yes, it was Frank Stapleton going through, and
it was just Stapleton's. Yes, it was just Stapleton's anxiety to get into the game, Ryan. There was certainly nothing intentional, but it was a collision, obviously.
Well, cheers to the Manchester United fans as Jimmy gets to his feet. Of course, Frank Stapleton, with 18 goals this season and 5 of them in the Cup, is just as important for Arsenal. Nelson, a bit straight at Nicol though. Brady tried to control it. It came to him a little quicker than he wanted, I think, and he was fouled in any case by Macari. It's a free kick for Arsenal. Brady. Lingering rather deep in these opening moments of the game. Price. And here's Orbiston playing the ball forward to Big Joe Jordan. McElroy's made a brilliantly timed run. And Jimmy Greenoff's in the middle if he can find him. But Talbot is there for Arsenal. Oh. Dangerous game to play in your own penalty area, but Talbot only almost got himself out of it. In fact, it's a goal kick. But a great run there by McElroy that almost opened up Arsenal. Header well taken in the air there by Sunderland, but here's McQueen again, trying to float it in there for Joe Jordan, beating Willie Young in the air that time. Rice, Sunderland. A foul against Alan Sunderland as he jumped in there, trying to head the ball on. A free kick to Arsenal. And again, Brady as a back four man there. But Willie Young's right up there amongst the front men. Stapleton. And this is going to be Jimmy Nicol with a chance to clear it and find Lou Macari. Koppel playing it on towards Jimmy Greenoff. A beautifully cushioned header there for Sammy McElroy. Good ball here for Thomas. But it's checked by Pat Rice. That's twice Sammy McElroy's been involved in very promising-looking Manchester United moves. A throw for United on the far side. Thomas. Corner. So the first corner of the game, McElroy will take it. McQueen has come right up onto the goal line in front of Pat Jennings. Jimmy Greenoff's at the far post. Macari and Jordan, needless to say, Jordan is lurking in there. Now McElroy with the corner for Manchester United, curling in there wickedly towards Joe Jordan. But Willie Young was sufficient of a barrier to prevent Big Joe getting a clear header, and in fact he probably knocked it onto the back of Young's head. I think in fact Jordan and Willie Young hit each other with such force that Willie, at any rate, has got to have a bit of attention.
He's bleeding, this lad.
Yes, he is. So on will come Fred Street. Joe's all right.
I'm not sure whether Joe hit him with his head or bit him with those teeth.
Nelson's header. And Sunderland's again. Good timing getting it in the air. Now Brady with Macari snapping at him. I wonder if that's going to be the sort of thing we shall see for 90 minutes, that Macari will need to stick close to Brady when he's in the midfield there. Price going right in there. And turning it back. And a goal! And it's got to be, well, either Talbot or Sunderland. The first piece of work that Gary Bailey had to do, and really he stood no chance with it. Price getting past his man, Bailey plunging out.
Buchan didn't do too well there in the defensive position.
Well, the scoreboard says it was Brian Talbot who scored it. And there it is. Arsenal leading by a goal to nil with 12 minutes gone. Thomas crossed in once more, and Price nodding it away, only as far as Orbiston. Well, we're not seeing many flags there, but at the Arsenal end, the flags are absolutely dominating Wembley. Macari, Koppel, O'Leary going with him. Played in early there by Nicol towards Joe Jordan, and McElroy trying to turn it back. Oh my goodness, and Mickey Thomas very nearly getting an equaliser. McElroy again involved.
It was a tantalising cross this was, and the centre half Young missed it altogether. Joe Jordan did well there. A bit lucky Pat Jennings to be there.
Here's Price. Looked like a handball, but play on. Brady again. 1-2 going with Talbot. Trying to force his way through, and no trouble there for Bailey. Of course, Manchester United were a goal down quite early on against Liverpool and fought back brilliantly in that first semi-final at Main Road. Free kick. McElroy curling it in once more towards Joe Jordan. Oh, well, that was a little too close to comfort for Arsenal. Jordan winning that in the air well from Willie Young. McElroy's curling free kick. And not a lot to spare. We haven't said an awful lot about David O'Leary, Brian, so far in our build-up to this, but he's a tremendous young player, isn't he, with a good job to do here today.
I'm surprised he's not taking Joe Jordan a bit more. Obviously he's not. It's Willie Young's job to look after Joe Jordan. But Willie's had a last couple of months injury and all that type of thing, and he's not getting off the floor as well as he should for a centre-half. It'll be worth interesting to see if they switch later on.
McQueen winning it in the air again. Thomas. Certainly Willie Young at the moment keeping a close watch on Joe Jordan, even when Jordan goes fairly deep. That's Talbot's header for Stapleton. Rice hesitated for a moment, and Thomas went in with great determination. It's a United throw. Alverston. Brady called for that one. He really wants a bit of the action, but that time it's cut out by Buck. And here's Nicol. That bounced kindly for him. Now, can he find a cross? That's a lovely cross by him too, and Koppel very nearly got on the end of it. Thomas heading it in, no trouble for Jennings. McElroy, that's a corner now for Manchester United. Sunderland right back to help out. Watching Jimmy Greenoff. Again, that curling corner from McElroy again. McQueen is in there, and Jimmy Greenoff very nearly got a decisive touch to it. Mickey Thomas turning it in, and Pat Rice getting it away. McElroy trying to make something of it, and in the end, Rice happy to hit it almost up Empire Way, except that it's still in play. Talbot looking for a bit of breathing space, but they're not getting any at the moment, and here's the ball coming in again towards Big Joe Jordan, and both he and Willie Young missed it. And Jennings keeping the ball in play. This with Ricks. In with Nicol, and as well for Jennings, but he got back fairly quickly because that ball was going towards the goal. Now Brady, still very deep. Arsenal having been forced back by that United onslaught. McQueen going in, yes, a foul. Always had to be a foul. So Arsenal's free kick, Brady. Rice. Bucket in there. Talbot. Now Ricks. Nelson is thundering outside him, acting as a decoy, and Bailey got down well. That was really slicing along the turf there from Graham Ricks. Oh, deliberate obstruction there by Pat Rice. And it's going to be a yellow card at Wembley for Pat Rice.
A little bit harsh there, Brian. He intended impeding the young man when he found out he couldn't get the ball, but that is a little bit harsh.
Greenough. Cut in there again towards Willie Young, and again Joe Jordan was up above him. His timing was better, and his leaping ability was better. And there's a worry on the bench there. Don Howe explaining to somebody sitting behind Terry Neal that things aren't as they should be in that defence.
I'm not quite sure what he's getting annoyed at, because there's only one way to avoid crosses like that, Brian, is to get the ball in the opponent's half, and Arsenal are conceding territory to the Manchester United team at will. And Joe Jordan is only a threat in the opposition's box. He's not a threat anywhere else.
Having said that, it is significant the number of times this fella here, Joe Jordan, is getting above Willie Young.
Oh yes, I don't think Willie Young's headed the ball yet. I think Joe Jordan's won every contest at the moment.
But here at Arsenal in a bit of space, Ricks with a shot, and Bailey once more with a save. McElroy's header. Koppel coming in, completely misjudging the bounce there. Oh, and Jordan going in on the back of Sammy Nelson. And their tempers held. Just in time, I fancy. And it's getting just that little bit edgy out there at the moment. So Martin Buchan, the captain of Manchester United, needing to rally his men to get them back into this game now and get this equaliser. Steve Koppel, if it's his day, then there could be some trouble for Arsenal, even though they lead 1-0. Dangerous little player down this right flank, but it's Macari who's occupying that position at the moment. Nicol playing it in towards Joe Jordan, dumbing underneath it, and it might come for Greenough just over the top. What a beautifully worked move, though, by Manchester United, involving Mickey Thomas as well. Stretching exercises at the other end for Gary Bailey, but Arsenal were at full stretch here. Thomas just nodding in there, and what a good turn by Greenough, just a little too high. Brady. Ricks. Sunderland. And an Arsenal throw. Ricks for Nelson. Again, a good-looking cross there. Oh, my word! Stapleton so close to a really spectacular goal there. Nelson's cross, almost straight out of the European Gymnastics Championship there. Now Greenough. Koppel. Greenough again. Certainly showing himself to be 100% fit after those scares this week. Although he won't have relished that challenge by O'Leary, which the linesman claimed was a challenge from behind, which Arsenal hotly disputed. Greenough looking very lively, and O'Leary quick with that challenge there. An unfair one, a free kick to Manchester United. Will it be Koppel or will it be Nicol? It's Koppel, in fact, who hits it in there towards Gordon McQueen, nodded down there, and Macari getting in there before Pat Rice, but heading it straight at Pat Jennings. Interesting to see how quickly it is that Macari gets in here. Rice just off him for a moment. In fact, he slipped just a fraction. Macari. Ulverston. McElroy. Macari again. Thomas. They're certainly playing the football on Manchester United, and Willie Young getting in the way of that cross to concede another corner. So 8 minutes to go to half-time. And here he comes again.
There's a lot of bodies in that goal penalty area, Brian. It might cost Arsenal dearly.
McElroy again, that curling corner. And it's in the back of it. No, it's disallowed. A foul on Jennings. Disallowed. McQueen got the header in. Looks disappointed. And we've got a beautiful view of it now. Was there a foul on Pat Jennings here? Or was it indeed a handball? Rubbed out, whatever it was. The whistles from the Manchester United fans. The relief of Arsenal. Well, Dave Sexton there looks relatively relaxed. His side a goal down in a cup final. Well, as we come towards half-time, Brian, you were saying before the game you thought it looked as though Arsenal were a side who were coming to do a job here, and you fancied them to win, and they are indeed winning.
They're doing it at the moment. They're doing the job very, very adequately. But I'll repeat what I said. I'm just a little bit perturbed about how deep they're doing and how much they're having to defend. It'll depend on half-time.
Slipped by Nicol there, and Ricks is in. And in the end, it was Albiston who got it away, and got it away with some profit there, finding Mickey Thomas. Albiston linking up again. McElroy's gone forward. Here's Thomas once more, being persuaded to go down that wing, and look at the space. They're backing off once more. And it was O'Leary's trusty boot that got it away. And United had got a few men forward. Now it's Arsenal's turn to counter-attack with Brian Talbot. Rice going outside him. Here's Brady. It's going all the way. Can he find the shot or the cross? There's the little cross coming in, and that's number 2 by Stapleton. Simple header for Frank Stapleton. There's Brady shrugging them all off and then looking up to see what's on. Look at the space for Stapleton on the left of the picture there as well. And in the end, a simple header. Brian?
Yes, they took them apart. Brady resisted challenges time after time again. There's one. Goes around somebody else too. But this is where all the hard work comes now. He's even got time to look up and place that across. Looked easy, but it wasn't easy.
Well, there's a good deal of joy emanating from the North London areas now. Koppel now for Manchester United. Can they retrieve something before half-time? That's a good cross by Koppel, and McQueen's waiting at the other end, but so too was Willie Young. And Stapleton, the man who scored that second goal, is there to play it back to James. And here's Brady again. It was the first real, genuine flash of Brady that we saw. And it's the one that has now put Arsenal nicely in the clear. Buchan getting back there to turn it away.
I think it was nearly the first time, Brian, he was in and around the opposition's box to portray his skill. I've seen him in the left-back position that many times. I thought I was getting mixed up between him and Nelson.
Well, you're right, and he did his job, though, when it really mattered there. Right on the stroke of half-time. Really telling thrust and a beautiful cross. And here's a throw now for Arsenal. And Gary Bailey grabbing it. Koppel, played towards Jimmy Greenoff. It's got to be some comeback now for Manchester United. But here's Koppel. Ricks chasing back and denying the little Manchester United winger. As the half-time whistle goes, and what a good first half in the end it's turned out to be for Arsenal. With Alan Sunderland, although the scoreboard says Brian Talbot, and there's certainly a doubt, I think, in everybody's mind about that one. That's what put them on the way. And then Frank Stapleton just going through the camera there, getting the second with the header after a fine piece of work by Liam Brady, making it 2-0 for Arsenal. So we are going to take a short break now as the teams go off to get their break. We'll be right back at Wembley.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTrader.com. The other day, my lovely neighbour asked me, Rachel, what would you do with £10,000? Turns out she'd won the super draw in the Marie Curie weekly lottery.
I love my new car.
And she's not the only one. Karen at the coffee shop won the £2,000 weekly jackpot. She took her family away on an amazing holiday.
2 weeks away. It was gorgeous.
That's what's so great about the Marie Curie weekly lottery. It's something for the whole community. And every time you play, you'll help to make sure there's more Marie Curie nurses and healthcare assistants, like Cassie and me here, so we can be out in the community, supporting people at home when they really need us.
The Marie Curie weekly lottery only costs £1 to play. Call 0800 144 5073 or go to mariecurie.org.uk/lottery today. You could be a star player. Call 0800 144 5073.
Comet is a really cute black lab puppy.
He's a really fun and friendly black Labrador.
So cute and so playful.
That's Comet, who's our guide dog puppy that we sponsor. We describe Comet as our Hanson. Big eyes, that butter wouldn't melt.
Just playful, energetic, everything we ever wanted.
And I was so pleased when I see that he got matched with James.
Would you like to know how Comet and James are getting on?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah.
Comet is my star with a tail. I love him to bits, so thank you all very, very much.
By sponsoring a guide dog puppy from just £1 a week, you'll get regular pup dates, photos and a cuddly toy.
Sponsoring a puppy is a really enjoyable experience.
So I chose to sponsor Comet because I lost my sight 5 years ago.
Call 0800 073 2020 or visit sponsораpuppy.co.uk.
Sponsor a puppy like we did from just £1 a week and feel the joy of watching an amazing puppy grow up into a life-changing guide dog.
Build your tree and explore how your family connects to others with the world's largest network of family trees. Start your free trial today at Ancestry.
With a cooker in your home, you always have instant 100 degrees boiling water on demand. Add the cube and you'll also have chilled and sparkling water, all from one single tap. If you wish to understand how a cooker works and explore the full range, you can book a live virtual one-on-one appointment. This is a unique experience where you control the meeting and what you would like to see. 100 degrees boiling, hot, cold, filter chilled and sparkling water. The tap that does it all, Cooker. Go to cooker.co.uk and book your virtual appointment now.
Nature is powerful. So, we bottled a bit of it. Billions of live cultures and calcium, all in our kefir. Beautiful gut health. Super naturally.
Where there's love, there's fire. Love Island starts Monday, 3rd of June on ITV2 and ITVX.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTheTrader.com.
Well, Dave Sexton just left the bench for a moment to have a word with Steve Cockle on the sidelines, but now we're all ready to start the second half. Well, will Cockle be the man? And away we go at the start of the second half. Manchester United in their red shirts attacking the goal to our left. 2 goals down. And Jordan has Willie Young slipped for just a moment. But Nelson was there to do the repair job for Arsenal, and Brady was right back there. What a nice bit of play by him, finding Ricks and then whacking the ball forward, but not before it had gone out of play. So a throw to Manchester United, who will be looking desperately for this goal to get themselves right back into this FA Cup final. And to get it early enough in this second half to give them a chance to build on that, to repair the damage still more. The cross in by Nicol towards Joe Jordan. It just fell wide of Mickey Thomas. Here's Arthur Albiston, the young Scot who's done well at left back for them again today. That's a good cross coming in there towards Jimmy Greenoff, and Albiston again with a chance to poke it in once more, but O'Leary getting that one away as Jennings came roaring off his line calling for the ball. Now Price had such a big part to play in that first Arsenal goal. A foul, though, by McElroy on Talbot. I have a feeling there's a certain amount of aggravation between the two of them. It was in the first half, and McElroy really went in on him there. Well, Brian Greenough looks as though he's preparing at some time in the near future to come on. Koppel. Down this left-hand side. Alveston, that's a corner. Coming off David Price. Again, McQueen faithfully going forward to present a double threat in the air. He and Jordan, and McQueen right in there! The timing of his run was perfect, and Arsenal must have been unaware how quickly he was coming in. If he'd got above that just a little bit more, then that would certainly have been 2-1. There he goes. Brian?
It's a good chance, actually. He tried to head it too high and too fast. A little bit more of a placement would have got Manchester United back in the game then.
McQueen finding Bailey. Alveston. Nicol. That's a good ball there for Alveston. Kept it in well there towards Thomas. Across the goal there, and Rice got it away. And Macari couldn't quite get on the end of that one. But Thomas was liveliness itself then, and his energy very nearly got that equaliser for Arsenal. Pulled across the goal there. There's Thomas, and it was Rice in the end who got it away.
Dear Sexton's got a bit of a problem, actually. His side's going so well and losing 2-0. And that's a hell of a frustration when he manages a side. He wants it to continue, yet he knows he's got to get a goal. I don't think he can do anything now. I think he can just have to sit back and hope they score a goal. And I hope they do personally, because they're contributing a lot to a good game.
Now Stapleton can get away from McQueen. Held him up just long enough, but here's Brady. Ricks outside him. There's a beautifully weighted ball for Graham Ricks, and a lovely little chip from him towards Stapleton, and in fact it was the knees of Gary Bailey and almost a replica of Arsenal's second goal. Gary Bailey coming across there to smother it. In fact, the ball came off his knees, and it's a corner for Arsenal. It was a lovely ball by Brady for Ricks, and a really delightful little floater from Graham Ricks. Ricks with the corner, and Buchan with a header behind, a moment when he really had to be dominant, with both O'Leary and Stapleton menacing at that near post. And of course, if Arsenal get through once more, then clearly it's going to be all up for Manchester United. Ricks once more with a corner, anxious faces at the near post. Joe Jordan getting it away with some power to Steve Koppel. Played on for Jimmy Greenoff. Hit first time. Nicol. Again first time, but this time to Willie Young. Nicol saved the day, and here's McQueen seizing on that possibility and finding Sammy McElroy. Really attacking Nelson there. Rice cutting it out well. No foul, good decision. Thomas. It's a cross by him towards Macari, tipped away by Jennings. Pat Rice having a go at Willie Young there, but he can't be everywhere, and he's looked after Jordan so well. But Thomas playing it on there, and little Macari, for a small man, such a good header of the ball, tipped away by Big Pat.
Yeah, they were a bit annoyed with Willie Young for not coming out.
Well, Jennings certainly came out there and gave it a bit of the fist. Jordan playing it back for McElroy again. Stopped, though, by Talbot, and here's Brady for Arsenal. Ricks is up alongside him, and so is Talbot. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. Arsenal still leading 2-0. It's Arsenal's ball again with Stapleton. Cross, and Rice was right up there in that 6-yard area too. Brady, stopped by McElroy. Arsenal having a good little spell of attacking here now, forcing Manchester United back. Stapleton once more on the ball for them, chipping it in there, well saved by Bailey, and not only that, a good quick throw, beautifully placed for Coppell. Thomas is up there, Greenoff's up there, Jordan's in there. Well, disappointment all around. Coppell switching it, hoping that either Sammy McElroy or Mickey Thomas would get to it.
It's a battle of the survival of the fittest at the moment, Brian, out there.
In the Royal box, Louis Edwards on the left, the Manchester United chairman looking at his watch. And His Highness having a quick look at his watch as well. But here's Thomas. Nice bit of skill. But back to Nicol. Really pushing forward now. Here's McQueen, done a tremendous job. This time the ball for Buchan. Swept for Jimmy Greenoff. Played in there towards Coppell, and straight at Jennings again. There must be 3 times that United have shot the ball and it's gone straight at Pat Jennings. Brilliant goalkeeper though he is. If it had been just a yard wide of him, certainly on that occasion, that must have been a goal. Jordan hoping to get the better of Young, and in fact it's a throw for Manchester United. It looked for a moment as though Willie Young might just falter there. Tommy Campbell doing a bit of shouting for Manchester United to Gordon McQueen and Martin Buchan. Greenoff, Orbiston, crossed in there towards Mackay. The ball wouldn't quite run for him, and it was poked away in the end by Brady, and here come Arsenal once more with Stapleton. Rice galloping outside him, Sunderland going through the middle, Talbot coming up fast, and they've got 4 against 3 here. Rice playing it in there, and nipped away right at the last by Jimmy Nicol when Alan Sunderland was coming in for what could so easily have been goal number 3. Brilliant play, though, by Jimmy Nicol. Good run by Rice, and he was nearly rewarded for it, Brian.
Typical Arsenal break here, magnificent bit of football.
At least they've enjoyed the sun, if the result hasn't quite gone their way. It's worth pointing out, I think, that the vast majority of them do a fantastic job for their club, Manchester United fans. They go everywhere, they are marvellously supported. But it's the Arsenal fans who've got most to cheer about genuinely at the moment. Thomas. Talbot right back there again, and McElroy, no, I thought for a moment McElroy might get the better of him, but here's, Rice, thundered into from behind by Thomas. A free kick for Arsenal, 6 minutes to go. Just look at that, you would think they were winning, those fans. Or at least their side were winning, but just look at that Manchester United support when their side is 2 down and virtually losing this FA Cup final with a matter of 6 minutes now to go. Another free kick. Arsenal bringing on a substitute, Steve Walford. O'Leary planting that free kick forward, and Sunderland not only half winning it in the air. Nelson. Brady. Another free kick for Arsenal. And they're taking off David Price. He's a quiet, unspectacular sort of player, David Price, but he gets through a fair day's work. He's done that today, but now replaced by Steve Walford. Do you make anything of that, other than maybe let Steve have a taste of Wembley? With
yes, that's possibly what the thinking behind it. The other lads tended to go out the game the last 20 minutes.
Bakari forward for McElroy, Brady, and a Manchester United throw. Bakari, Nicol, O'Leary, well, getting above Greenough unfairly, and a free kick for Manchester United, which they might want to take quickly now, with 4 minutes to go. 2-0 down, and hope now is fast fading for them as Koppel lifts that free kick in there again. It'll come all the way through to Jordan, turning it back in there again, and a goal! And it's given! And McQueen is the man who claims it, and suddenly United are back in the game with 4 minutes left, and who knows what might be produced in those 4 minutes. It came through to Jordan here. I thought the chance had gone, but he knocked it back in there, and it was McQueen who turned it past Jennings into the net.
Jennings didn't have any chance of stopping that. He couldn't see it. I think Arsenal paid the penalty there for, once again, a crowded penalty area.
Well, are we in yet for an amazing upheaval? 3 minutes to go. So the volume will be turned up, the tension will be turned up, and Gordon McQueen's goal has given Manchester United that little bit of hope now. But they must be saying to themselves, if only that had come half an hour earlier, and we'd had something to build on. But wait a moment, here's Greenoff, touched into Macquarie. And they'll fight everything now in these few minutes that remain. Their heads not for a moment have dropped, even though they've been up against it for most of the game. Albiston playing that one in there, and O'Leary getting it away. Back for Nicol. Well, the United fans wanted him to get on with it, and that wasn't a very good ball by him. But here's Koppel, and there's McElroy getting in there. Can he finish it off? Yes, he can! 2 goals in a minute, and suddenly United are back in it. Well, look at that picture, that tells it all. Arsenal were preparing their victory speeches, and now they're dumbstruck. Sammy McElroy seemed to travel miles there. Turning O'Leary, Walford went in there, couldn't contact him. Jennings came out, and the ball agonisingly just inside the post. What an amazing turnaround. And from behind, we see it again. Just inside the net. Amazingly, Arsenal 2, Manchester United 2. Brian Clough, what on earth do you make of that?
Unbelievable. I'm delighted for them. They've earned it since 3 o'clock. They've put themselves back in with a shout.
Well, Sammy McElroy, what an amazing turnabout. And the scenes on the 2 benches, well, I've never known. The despair on the face of Don Howe and Terry Neal. But wait a moment, it's there by Sunderland, and they're back in the lead again, and they're off the bench once more. What an amazing cup final. Well, that's when you're at your most vulnerable, when suddenly you've got it all back. They relax for a moment, and Arsenal have punished them for it. Brady leading the charge, Ricks with the cross, and look at Sunderland streaming in there, too high for Bailey, and beautiful for Sunderland. 3 goals in a little over 3 minutes, right at the end of this 1979 Cup final. McQueen right up there, still in the hope now of doing something. But Arsenal now might well be safe. When a minute before they'd begun to totter. But wait, here's Greenoff. Here in time added on for injuries. Jordan. Greenoff. Surely not. Koppel. But who knows? Jordan, one last big leap, and Pat Jennings grabbing it under the crossbar. Well, I thought the cup final was beginning to peter out. But suddenly, in the last 5 minutes, it'll now go down as one of the most memorable in the history of Wembley. Well, Sutherland's after this one, and Baylor's got him. The last seconds of the game, Jordan winning it in the air, but Arsenal are now composed at the back after wobbling, and poor Dave Sexton there. Sunderland down and injured in the Manchester United penalty area. Jennings gets it away, it's all over! Arsenal have won it! When it seemed a moment ago they threw it away, the two managers greet each other. Dave Sexton, sportsman to the end, saying well done to Arsenal. But my word, 5 minutes, I think that anybody here who saw it, and those of you at home, surely will never forget.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
With a cooker in your home, you always have instant 100 degrees boiling water on demand. Add the cube and you'll also have chilled and sparkling water, all from one single tap. If you wish to understand how a cooker works and explore the full range, you can book a live virtual one-on-one appointment. This is a unique experience where you control the meeting and what you would like to see. 100 degrees boiling, hot, cold, filter chilled and sparkling water. The tap that does it all, Cooker. Go to cooker.co.uk and book your virtual appointment now.
There is nothing more important to Alice than keeping her new baby alive. But baby Ayub has a cleft lip and palate, which is making every day a desperate struggle. He struggles to feed and weighs just 8 pounds 2 ounces, far below a healthy weight for a 4-month-old child. For baby Lydia, even breathing is a struggle, especially at night. Mercy is doing everything she can to keep her baby healthy, but she simply can't afford the treatment Lydia needs. Could you find just £2 a month to help provide the life-changing surgery children like Ayub and Lydia need? Please call 0800 144 5339, text SMILE3 to 80039, or go online to donate to Smile Train now. With your help, we can provide the surgery that will put an end to the daily struggle, transforming children's smiles, their health, their confidence and their future.
Nitakuwa na furaha sana. Wamesaidia, nitawapigia shukrani kubwa sana kusaidia kuona mtoto wangu.
Please call 0800 144 5339, text SMILE3 to 80039, or go online to donate to Smile Train. Please don't wait. Babies who are struggling simply to breathe and swallow need your help today.
If you're on one of the big mobile networks, you can save up to £144 a year with a Labara SIM-only deal.
Boy, is someone in here?
Labara. Smarter.
Welcome to the land of the seekers. A place with a lifestyle that travels. The land of the rich. The truly rich. Those who explore, enjoy, and feed their eager minds. San Miguel, here's to the seekers.
Why do we have an MS Sleep Experts team? Because our expertly designed pillows and mattresses give you great sleep. Awaken your best at emma-sleep.co.uk.
In People's Postcode Lottery's June draws, there's a share of £17.2 million to be won. Sign up before midnight on the 31st of May.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTheTrader.com.
As people all around try to get their breath back, try to get their composure back, and try to work out who on earth won it. Arsenal, of course, and hard luck Manchester United. The scoreboard is exactly right. A smile from Terry Neal when 2 minutes ago there was a scowl. And how those players must be drained physically and emotionally now. Must truly have thought with that goal of his after he'd worked so hard that if anything the pendulum would swing Manchester United's way. And the players being told to swap their shirts not on the pitch but afterwards. Liam Brady sportingly going to the Manchester United players and saying, well, bad luck. So Arsenal make up for the disappointment of last season when they were beaten by Ipswich. Manchester United fail right at the very last to take the cup in their centenary year. And Alan Sunderland, who in the end is the late hero with that match-winning goal, is carried off. Well, he's not yet. He's got a bit of trouble with that left ankle. Briefly, Brian, what about that last amazing 5 minutes?
You just want to spend time just letting it sink in. It was an incredible turnabout. Sunderland swung it for Arsenal in the very, very seconds. You just want to enjoy it, think about it, enjoy it, go over it again, as everybody will be doing for the next 2 or 3 days. Delighted faces of the Arsenal lads. They worked hard. And Manchester United helped to make it one of the best cup finals I've seen for years.
Disappointed Steve Coppell. And Dave Sexton going around all the Manchester United players now with an arm round them. But Joe Jordan there, what a disappointed man he must be, because really out of certain defeat there suddenly was the shining possibility of a victory, only to have it snatched away. As Arsenal, after 90 minutes in the heat and turmoil of Wembley, climb those steps. Pat Rice, his 4th Wembley final, but the first time that he as captain will lift the cup. 3 seasons now as the captain, and the proudest moment in his career, because Arsenal make up for last year's defeat and take the cup to Highbury.
Trust the Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustTheTrader.com.
6-year-old Asal